14 seasons, one Super Bowl, countless unforgettable moments. And now, the return no Seahawks fan thought they'd see like this. On Thursday night at Lumen Field, Pete Carroll, the man who defined an era in Seattle, walked back onto the turf he once ruled. But this time, he wore the colors of the enemy. Almost 3 hours before kickoff between the Seahawks and Raiders, Carroll appeared. The stadium was nearly empty, the seats still cold, the air still quiet. And yet, there he was, strolling across the same field he called home from 2010 to 2023. Slowly, deliberately, he moved from end zone to end zone, as if retracing the footsteps of his legacy. Hugs, handshakes, laughs. Everywhere he turned, familiar faces, players he coached, staff he worked with, even media members who'd covered every twist of his journey. It wasn't just a walk down memory lane. It was a reunion written in pure emotion. At one point, Carroll sat on the Raiders' sideline bench, leaning back in the sun, letting it sink in that after 14 years, he was a visitor here. You could almost see him reliving the roar of the 12s, the snow games, the championship nights. When he returned to the field later, early warm-ups were underway. Carroll grabbed a football and casually tossed it to Cooper Kupp, who fired it right back. He even slipped into one of his old pregame rituals, firing passes on the sideline, only this time on the wrong side of the field. Then came one of the most heartwarming moments of the night. Cornerbacks Rick Woolen and Devin Witherspoon spotted him, sprinting over with wide smiles. Soon, other defenders joined, circling their former coach like kids around a favorite teacher who just walked back into class. Even his successor, Mike McDonald, stepped up for a brief handshake and hug, a symbolic passing of the torch, right there on the field. Not long before kickoff, Carroll reunited with John Schneider, the general manager who helped him build Seattle's lone Super Bowl champion. They shared a laugh, a cool selfie, and Schneider admitted the moment felt surreal. "This is weird, buddy," he told Carroll. "Being in the stadium together like this, it's wild." Carroll brushed it off with his trademark grin. "It's all good," he said. "I'm excited." And in true Pete Carroll fashion, he couldn't resist crashing Schneider's live radio interview, playfully admitting he just wanted to screw up the show. There was no official tribute, no big ceremony, but the fans made sure he felt it. One hung a banner of a Seahawks ticket with Carroll's face on it. Another unfurled a sign that read, "Pete, you're the man." And when his name was mentioned during the in-stadium preview, the cheer that erupted said it all. This was still his house in the hearts of many. Before the game began, Carroll spent time with former Seahawks greats Michael Robinson, Michael Bennett, and Cliff Avril, catching up like old friends at a high school reunion. But he also walked among his new Raiders players with the same energy and presence he once gave Seattle. It was a night of mixed colors, mixed emotions, and memories that will never fade. Pete Carroll was back in Seattle, not as the leader of the Seahawks, but as a man starting a new chapter. And yet, for a few hours, it felt like the old days again, because some legacies never leave the field.